of excuses. I'm not going to sugarcoat it here. I think there's no such thing as long-term anxiety. I think that moms have more time in the day than they think. And I also believe that being a mom doesn't have to be that hard. I'm going to talk about all this today in this video. Hello, welcome back. My name is Daniellehollembaekk. I am a mom of 4 boys, 5 and under. In those 5 years, I have learned a lot about motherhood, and I have learned a lot about things to do and not to do in motherhood. My first son was a surprise. I was only married for 6 months. We were not planning on having kids that soon. Got pregnant and was just thrown into motherhood. Yes, I was very scared, obviously. Who wouldn't be? But I also knew that I would figure it out, because that is just the mindset you have to have when you're thrown with these situations. So in figuring that out, I've learned a lot over the last 5 years and adding 3 more kids into the bunch. So here we go. Let's get into it. Today I'm going into the 5 biggest mistakes we make as mothers. Stick around for tip number 5, because it is the biggest game changer for your motherhood journey. Number 1, it's going to be super controversial, because I know there's a lot of people on the internet and in this world who believe that they have medicated, diagnosed anxiety or diagnosed depression. I think that is total BS. I don't think that you can be a person who your whole life has to be depressed. Your whole life has to be anxious. I myself have had sad spells. I'm not calling it depression, because that's not what it was. I have had anxious days. I have been stressed out. I have had issues like that. Did I need medicine for it? No, I needed a mindset shift. Mindset is what makes motherhood so much easier. If your mindset every day is doom and gloom, if your mindset every day is, I gotta do this and this and this, I'm gonna be so stressed because my schedule's so packed, you're gonna be living in a personal hell. Come on, moms. We don't need that. You know what we need? Positivity, good thinking. We need to make sure that every day we are looking at the bright side of things, the happiness of life, the joy our children bring us. And trust me, that little shift there alone will make you be a better mom and not have so much stress in your life. Last year at the end of the year, I read David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, and then never finished. Those 2 books changed my life when it comes to mindset. The things that man went through and had to get over and had to work through in his life, and then in all of the athletic endeavors that he did. It is insane, guys. I mean, that leads me into number 2. How many times in your motherhood journey have you said, I don't have time for XYZ. I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to do the dishes. I don't have time to clean the house. I don't have time to eat healthy. I don't have time to go to the grocery store. Moms, that's all BS as well. Come on, we know that we have more time in a day than we think we do. How many times are you scrolling on that phone, looking at all the fun that all your friends are having, and you're, making yourself anxious and depressed, going back to number 1. How many times a day are you reading news articles that are making you anxious and depressed? How many times in a day are you sitting there watching Netflix? You're watching the news, you're watching Hulu, whatever it is. I have went through phases in my life that I did not watch TV at all. The kids, they watch TV usually for about a half an hour of the day. Do I watch TV? Not really. I have a couple shows that I'll get into, and then I'll watch them at 10:30 at night while I'm also doing work on the computer. But I have given that up, even though I freaking love television. Guys, I majored in radio and TV. I freaking love television. I love making videos. I love this. This is my hobby. I have told myself in my motherhood journey, I don't have time for a hobby. And it was BS. I mean, this is something that brings me complete joy, is filming these videos, getting information out to you to make you the best mom you can be. And also, it gives me joy to edit these videos and to see that other people are commenting and getting something out of them. Same thing with Instagram, Reels or Shorts on here. I love making those videos. So I make sure there's time in my day that I can do that, because it brings me joy, like complete joy to be a content creator. So I've found that little niche, and you know what I had to do? I had to get rid of television. I love television too, but this is me making TV. So I guess win-win situation there. So when you're telling yourself you don't have enough time in the day, you do. Ed Mylett's book, The Power of One More, is a perfect example of how we can find 1 more hour in our day, 1 more second in our day, push 1 more, and really come to our full potential as a human being, but in this case, specifically as a mom. If you want that 1 more hour in a day, look through your schedule and see where you can cut something else out, because I guarantee you there is something you can cut out, even as simple as, hey, instead of making a meal from scratch every day, maybe I buy some stuff pre-made. That cuts out 10 minutes of my day here. And maybe instead of cleaning every day or vacuuming every day, I vacuum every other day. So that cuts out another 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here. Those little things do add up. So make sure that when you are thinking about your day and where you want to find that hour to do your passion, maybe you want to start a business, do a YouTube channel, maybe I want to play the piano, whatever it is, do that. Find that hour so you get to have time to yourself. This one's huge, guys. Number 3. Things are always going to be hard. Life never gets easier. I am in a career where I work with millionaires. I mean, I'm talking multi-millionaires, and they still have different hards in life. You think once you have $1 million, life gets easier? No, honestly, it gets more complicated, and there's a lot more issues that arise with family, business, entrepreneurship, and everything like that. Money does not solve all your problems. Nothing is going to solve all your problems except for you just being able to work through them. And that goes back to mindset. You can have a mindset that everything's always going to be this hard, but it's not going to serve you. Find the things that serve you with your mind. The types of hards you face now are just going to become different. I have a 2-month-old and I have a 5-year-old. Mothering both of those kids has its issues, its problems that arise every day. Obviously with a 2-month-old, it's very simple ones. They need to sleep, they need to eat, they need clean diapers. And if they don't have those things, they're going to be upset. So you got to change that. And for me, you know, during the night, I don't get much sleep because I'm nursing a baby or I have to change his diaper. That's okay. That's a season I'm in. That type of hard is honestly a lot easier than the type of hard I go through with my 5-year-old, who is the sweetest, kindest boy. But with that comes a lot of emotions. We're trying to educate him, make sure that he is, you know, a very smart boy, and all those things. Oh, we're trying to control, you know, we're trying to control emotions. We're trying to teach him how to be a person, because this is that really powerful developmental time where you have to find that balance between how hard can you go with discipline versus how much should I allow, because he's exploring things. And that's difficult. That type of hard is very hard. And it's something where I have to reevaluate every day. How am I going to do this? How am I going to work through this situation? And I just know that's a part of life. Nothing ever gets easy, guys. Things get easier, problems get solved, but then the next one comes up. And if you shut down at every problem, you are never going to get advanced in life. You're not going to be the mom that you want to be. And you're never going to be able to serve those around you and serve yourself the best way possible. So just know, things can get easier, but eventually something hard is going to pop up again. And if you're not ready to face that challenge head on, you're going to have a very hard life and a very hard motherhood journey. Number 4, huge one that I would say every mom has probably said it at least once, even moms who are super, super into fitness and health. I guarantee you've said this. I can't prioritize my health. And I'm not just talking fitness, exercise, all that. I'm talking taking vitamins, making sure you're eating right, making sure that you're getting on walks, making sure that you're getting your steps in, making sure you're getting some sort of exercise in every day. Don't say that to yourself. If you're telling yourself I can't prioritize it because you don't want to prioritize it, it goes back to the time. If you can find time in your day to do the things that you want to do, you're going to find time to exercise. For me, the easiest thing was throwing the kids in the stroller and running with them, especially when I only had 1 or 2 and they could go together. It made it so, so easy. Now, there's a little bit more finagling around because I have 4 kids. I can't run with 4 kids, but making sure that my husband can watch them while I want to run. Waking up early to do that. Yesterday, I woke up at 5 a.m. because I knew that Eric had to go work. So I woke up at 5 a.m., ran at 5 a.m. in the dark for 5.5 miles, and then came home, took the kids to school, and had a day with them. You will find the time. If you really want to prioritize health in your life, you will find the time. I do a lot of meal prepping, not in the traditional way that I cook a bunch of stuff on Sunday and then you have it gross and rotting in the refrigerator. No, but I plan meals every week in my head. I should write them down. That is something that I'm not the greatest at, but I plan in my head what we're going to have every day. And then a lot of times I do my meat in a crock pot because that saves a lot of time, talking about saving that time there. And then we'll have some sort of vegetable on the side, rice, pasta. You know, we have these things that are always in our heads of like, hey, these are the easy go-tos. If we need to make dinner in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, this is what we're going to do. And always having meat on hand, thawed out in the refrigerator. My husband's very good at doing that. That helps a lot. And of course, having a good husband helps with prioritizing your health, because if they want to also prioritize their health, it's easier to have your partner on that boat with you. And also if they're a support system for you. So I know, unfortunately, not everyone has that, but it's huge if you can have that. It makes life a lot easier as a mom. Number 5, I told you that this is a big one because I think this is the biggest misconception, the biggest mistake all moms make. You think that the life that you had before motherhood was better and you can never get back to that. Newsflash, guys. Motherhood should make you a better person, and you should actually have a better life now than you ever had before. Why? Mothers are badasses. We are the people who little children depend on. You know, we are a role model built in. When that baby's born, you already are their role model. You are their support system. You are the main person in their life. So how can you say that you as an individual before had a better life when you had, I'm not going to say not a life going for it, but you don't have the responsibility, the, you know, true magical relationship that a mom has with her child. And that's something that only mothers can experience. You know, fathers have a certain bond with their kids too, but moms have a certain bond that is just beyond anything that can be explained unless you are a mother and you feel it and you know what that is. So if you're fantasizing about the life you had before, and I mean, we all do it. We all say, if I didn't have a child, I could have done X, Y, Z. Don't do that. why don't you do that now with your kids? People told me I wasn't going to be able to travel with my kids. You know how many trips our kids have been on? More trips than I went on before I had kids. We went on with our kids. Why? I want to grant them the experiences that I always wanted to have. I want them to be fuller, more well-rounded people than I was growing up and then I was when I was a young adult. These kids are going to have so many more life experiences than me just because I'm prioritizing that for them. So all the things that I wanted to do before I had kids, I'm still doing, and you know what? I'm actually doing them to a much better level, much more organized, and prioritizing them because I know I have to get them done in a certain amount of time because I also want to have time with the kids because they're not built into my schedule. They're now built into my day. So honestly, becoming a mom made me a better person, made me a better organizer, made me a better worker, made me a better business person, made me a lot more money than I ever would have had before I had kids because there's something in you that's next level just drive picks up. And if you really go to that drive and you go to that calling, you are going to not just be the best mom possible, you're going to be the best woman possible. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what that drive can do for you. If you really hone into it, answer that call that your mind is telling you to do, or God or whatever you believe in is pushing you towards. Go for that drive, take chances, and be a mom that your kids are proud of. You know, that's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, I always think of what are my kids going to think of me in 10 years, in 20 years, 30 years. I want them to say that mom worked hard for me. Mom worked hard to give me the best life possible, and mom loved me. She did so many great things with me. She gave me so many experiences, and you know, mom really was my idol growing up. Like, that is what I want my kids to say. So, in conclusion, guys, just let's be badass moms, okay? Let's be the best moms that we can be. If you like this video, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one for more mindset content for moms. Bye, guys.